Welcome to my channel, welcome back to my channel. Sorry it's taken me a couple weeks to upload another video, but I was busy as I was moving from my uni flat back home for summer. So I've just taken the time to chill out, and then I thought, you know what, I'm going to film a video about some summer books because I love coming home because I have books here that I've already read, and so these are some books that I do want to try and reread while I'm here. So I thought, why not do a video recommending you the summer books that I'm going to be rereading, and then also I will show you some summer books that are actually on my TBR that I do want to try and get through this summer as well. So yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first three books I'm going to be talking about is the Summer I Turned Pretty series, and this is one of my all-time favourite series ever. Like, I didn't realise that I actually read this series a year before I actually got into like the BookTok books and read all those books. So this was actually the books that got me back into reading. I didn't realise what it actually is. And so if you have never read the series, please read it and watch the show, because I'm so glad they brought the show out as well. I cannot wait for season 3. I can't believe we have to wait until next year though. So annoyed we have to wait until next year, but I'm hoping that it does the book justice. Like, I'm hoping Conrad and Belly are endgame, because I'm going to be so furious if they're not and it's actually Jeremiah, because I can't deal with that. I can't deal with knowing that Jeremiah might be endgame with Belly. No thank you. But absolutely love the book. So you've got The Summer I Turned Pretty, oh, wrong order. So you've got The Summer I Turned Pretty, It's Not Summer Without, yeah, It's Not Summer Without You, and We'll Always Have Summer. So these books aren't actually that long at all, but I feel like if you haven't read the books but watched the show, definitely read the books, because they are different. Like, some stuff in the show is different in the books, some stuff in the books different in the show, you know what I mean? Like, the adaptation is almost accurate, but it's not. I just love the books because I love Laurel and Susanna's friendship, and I'm so glad we got that on screen. And it was so cute seeing it on screen, because obviously it's one thing reading about it, but then actually seeing it on screen and being portrayed, it's just so cute. And I definitely think Prime did like the best casting. Like, I definitely imagined those people as the characters while reading, so I'm so glad that they picked it up as a series and did it, because I love it so much. And obviously Conrad and Belly are my endgame. Like, Bonrad is the best, so cannot wait for season 3. But when I was reading the series, I did actually root for Jeremiah and Belly in the first book, because obviously I love Friends to Lovers books, so I definitely was rooting for them. But then I kind of I got to the end of the first book and then got to the second book, and I was like, no, actually it's Conrad and Belly. Like, they're just meant for each other, they really are. And seeing it on screen and seeing them have so much chemistry and just everything with them, it's so cute, and I just love it so much. So yeah, definitely pick it up if you haven't. Next book is Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy, and this definitely gives me After vibes. If you have read or watched the After movies or read the After books, then you definitely know what I mean. So this book is about a girl called Mackenzie and a guy called Cooper. So Cooper has this like enemy who actually is Mackenzie's boyfriend, but she doesn't know Cooper or anyone from this town, because she just moved to this town to get her college degree. And so Cooper and his friends have already like made this bet up to destroy him by getting Mackenzie. So yeah, so what he does is he forms a friendship with Mackenzie and gets to know her, and obviously they kiss and stuff, and then she finds out that actually it was all a bet, and all of their friends knew, everyone knew but her. And yeah, she finds out that it's actually just in retaliation to her boyfriend. So I did like it. I just don't exactly like the betting trope or whatever you call it. I still enjoyed the book, but for me, I didn't enjoy that part of the book. I felt like Cooper could have grovelled so much more than he did. And yeah, Mackenzie was not too forgiving, but I feel like she forgave him too fast. Like, he definitely could have worked for it. I just didn't, yeah, I don't know, there's something about the whole betting thing that I didn't like. But it is still a really good book. It's an easy read. Like, Elle Kennedy does some good books because obviously she did the Off Campus series and I love that series. So I definitely liked it. I think I gave it 4 stars to start with and then I gave it 3 stars, but yeah, it's still a enjoyable book. Next is Wildfire by Hannah Grace, and so I actually read Icebreaker first and I didn't like Icebreaker. I DNF'd it, which is so surprising for me because I never DNF books. Like, it takes a lot for me to DNF books because I always like to finish any book I read. So I don't know why I didn't like it. I just couldn't get through it. I think I got like 60% through it, but I just couldn't continue it. But I know that I saw that she brought out Wildfire, and so I thought I'm gonna give it a second chance and see what Wildfire's like and if I actually do like her books or not. And I loved Wildfire. It was so much better than Icebreaker in my opinion anyway. So you have Russ and Aurora. So Russ and Aurora, they end up having a one-night stand and Russ doesn't end up finding out Aurora's name. So that was kind of, they both thought that was it, just a one-night stand, that's it, because they both were going to be counsellors at a summer camp. Come to find out, they're both counsellors at the same summer camp, and they find out, well, they obviously bump into each other there. And yeah, so it's just about them like spending time with each other, getting to know each other, and realising that they actually have so much in common, have so much chemistry. But obviously, being at a summer camp, they can't kind of like fraternise type of thing. But yeah, it's still really cute. Russ is definitely one of my favourite like book boyfriends. He's so cute, so sweet. Love him so much. Next is obviously one of my favourites, Every Summer After by Carly Fortune, and I just love everything about this book. Like, friends to lovers, kind of second chance. Well, it is second chance, but also cheating trope, which I don't really like to remember the cheating part because it definitely spoils it. But I feel like because they both matured since in the incident and there was a miscommunication between them, I feel like the way in which it's written, it kind of does show their maturity and growth in like being with each other and realizing where they both went wrong and understanding that, you know, there was a miscommunication, they both did things wrong in the relationship, it wasn't perfect, but they were able to obviously find their way back to each other. So I love that about this book. And obviously they both take accountability for what they both did and obviously just wanted to move on from it and wanted to like forgive and forget. But I just love the friends to lovers dynamic of it. So Percy and her family move into this like summer cottage, which is next to Sam's family, which is the main character in it. And so every summer they go over to this cottage and they obviously, Percy and Sam get really close and they become really good friends because they like do sleepovers together, spend loads of time together while she's there for summer. They have movie nights with each other because they love movies. And so yeah, it's just them growing close and then realising that they like each other and kind of experimenting in being together, and then things kind of go wrong, and then it's like 10 years later they come back to each other. And yeah, it's just really cute and I love the way it's written. I think it's written so beautifully, and yeah, I think about this book so often because I love Sam. Like, I think he's such a great book boyfriend as well. And then next we have The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas, and this was actually one of the very first BookTok books I bought and read, and I loved it. Like, I'd seen it everywhere, and obviously everyone was going on about the slow burn and that the slow burn was too much and it wasn't worth it, but I actually loved the slow burn. Like, I love a slow burn romance. I like the longing and I like seeing the chemistry build up, and yeah, I don't know, I just love everything about a slow burn. So I definitely loved this, and I still think about this book because I loved Aaron Blackford. I think he was such a great book boyfriend as well. So you have Catalina, who is about to attend her sister's wedding in Spain, and so she's kind of said to her family she has an American boyfriend when she doesn't. So everyone at this wedding is expecting her to come with a boyfriend, especially her ex-boyfriend and his fiance. So she's chatting to her friend at work about this, like being like, oh my god, I need a boyfriend, like I can't go without one. So Aaron overhears this conversation and offers to be her fake boyfriend and obviously fake date to this wedding. So she's surprised about this because she didn't think he liked her and they didn't really get along. And yeah, so it's just, and it's a one bed I think as well. Yeah, one bed romance as well. So yeah, it's just them being on holiday, getting close with each other, and him getting to know her family. And yeah, there's just a slow burn of it, and I just love it. I think it's such a cute book. Yeah, definitely pick it up if you haven't, and if you have read it, let me know what you thought about the story and obviously the slow burn as well. Okay, next two books are by the same author. So we have Beach Read and Book Lovers by Emily Henry. So these were the last two books that I read by her, because first one I read was Yumi at Vacation and I didn't really like that, even though it's a Friends to Lovers and I honestly really thought I would, but I just didn't feel the chemistry between the characters. I thought they were better off as friends, in my opinion anyway, and I didn't like the whole betrayal thing. I thought it wasn't worth them losing their friendship over. Like, it was such a miscommunication. If they had actually chatted to each other, they would have realised that it was just ridiculous. So yeah, I didn't really rate that book, but these two absolutely loved. So Beach Read, you have January and Gus, who are both writers, and they both have gone to their summer, I think it's a summer house or summer cottage or something, but they both live next door to each other and they're both writers, so they realise that they both have writer's block. So what they do is they both hitch a plan to write each other's books. So January writes hopeless romantics, whereas Gus writes more literary fiction. So what they do is they both set out a plan to show each other, or show each other the ropes of how they both write their books. So obviously with January they go on like cute little romantic dates and stuff, so it's them getting close, doing stuff like that, and yeah, it is really cute. I think it's small town as well, small town romance. Book Lovers is definitely small town romance. So you have Nora and Charlie. So Nora and Charlie are actually work nemesis, yeah. And so Nora's sister plans a holiday for them too, so they both go away to this small town, and Nora thinks maybe she'll find the one or meet new guys or something, and so but she ends up bumping into Charlie, who actually lives at this small town. And so yeah, it's kind of them bumping into each other and realizing that actually nemesis, they actually have a lot in common. And yeah, it is a pretty cute book. I always find it though that with books, some books I just don't remember anything from the books, and those two are ones that I hardly remember anything from, but I know I loved the book, if you know what I mean. I don't know, like some books I can remember like a lot of details, but those two I just don't, and I don't know why, so I apologise, but those two are some really good books. Like they're like, I think I rated them 4 or 5 stars, so they are good. I just don't really remember much from them. And then last one is It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. I know that there's Hook, Line and Sinker, but I haven't read that and I haven't bought it, which I probably should actually, because I think it's her sister's romance from what I remember anyway. I think it is, don't quote me on that, but yes, it's about Piper, who is quite a privileged wealthy girl, and so she gets in trouble, so her stepdad sends her to this small town where her dad grew up, because her dad's dead. And so yeah, this small town is where her mum and her dad grew up when they were younger, and I think the stepdad owns a bar, or the dad owns a bar or something, and she goes over to like renovate it and live there. So yeah, her stepdad kind of sends her and her sister there so they can understand responsibility and understand that not everything falls at their feet and not everyone's privileged like they are. So it's kind of like a wake up call for them, and like a life lesson that he wants them to kind of gain. So she kind of sets out at first to, she's going to spend the time there that her stepdad wants her to, and then come back and kind of just be the same person. But then she ends up meeting Brandon, who is a local fisherman, and they become close and obviously spark a romance, and she realises actually you know, this small town is actually for her, and the life that she thought she had in, I think it's California, I think it's yeah, LA, the life she has in LA isn't actually what she thinks it is. And yeah, she ends up realizing that this small town that her parents grew up in actually is something or somewhere that she wants to be. So yeah, it is a cute one, and it is quite thick actually, it's quite long, but I thought it was really cute. And I love Tessa Bailey's books. If you don't like third person romances, then I wouldn't read it because it is in third person. So that's the only downside to some of her book, well, downside to most of her books is that they are third person, whereas a lot of these are actually like dual pov or just first person. So yeah, it is third person, so just to let you know. But it is a really cute book, and definitely think I will reread this because I did really enjoy it. I definitely want to try and tab some of these books as well, because I don't have any tab things. I actually need to buy some more like tabs so I can tab these books, because most of the books that I have at uni I have already tabbed, and the only book I have tabbed is Every Summer After, and that's only a short amount, but I do want to try and tab more books. So yeah, those are my summer book recommendations. So I will now tell you, well, and I'll show you the books that I actually have on my TBR in physical copy. Okay, so these are the 3 books that I have on my summer TBR. I didn't realise I only had 3, but yeah, these are the 3 that I have that I want to get around to reading. So the first one is Meet Me at the Lake by Callie Fortune, and I'm currently reading this. So I'm on chapter 9, and 10 years ago she met a guy called Will, and they shared every secret, every dream, and made a pact to meet up 1 year later. Fern showed up, Will didn't. And so now she's 32, she is having to run her mother's lakeside resort because her mum's died, and her ex-boyfriend is actually the manager. So she needs something in her life. So to her surprise, Will actually arrives, and says to Fern's surprise it comes in the form of Will, who arrives 9 years too late with an offer to help. Will may be the only person who understands what Fern's going through. Yet how can she possibly trust this expensive suit-wearing Mirage who seems nothing like the young man she met all those years ago? So I'm excited to read that because it's second chance, and obviously I loved Every Summer After, so I'm hoping that this is as good or nearly as good. Like, I hope I do enjoy it. But like I said, I'm a bit of a reading slump at the moment, so I'm not sure how long it's going to take me to actually read it. The next one is called You and Me at Halloumi, and so this is about a woman called Freya who ends up ditching her dead-end job and unsupported boyfriend and goes to Cyprus to win a culinary prize. And while she's there she meets a guy, and obviously she doesn't want him to distract her from what she went there for, obviously to win this prize, not for a holiday romance. So will she continue, or will she walk away from, well, if she walks away, will Freya spend the rest of her life wondering what if? So I'm excited to read that. And then this is the one that I bought from charity shop. It's called Summer People, and this is about V, who left the shores of United Island. She thought she'd left forever, but this summer she's returning with her charming husband Mike. V's unexpected arrival this time as one of the wealthy summer people sets the small island community alight with gossip. What's more, her childhood best friend Sterling is furious that she's come back. V abandoned him when he needed her most. And then V meets Rachel, Sterling's wife, and a spark is ignited within her that she can't extinguish. And as summer turns to autumn, secret passions emerge that will cause a storm greater than any of them could ever have imagined. So those are the ones that I have. I do actually have loads of books that I do really want at the moment, and some summer books that I do want are, there's the Emily Henry one, there is one by Abby something, I can't remember what it's called, but it's called Just for the Summer. I've seen loads of people reading that. And then there's one called 7 Summers that I want, one by Callie Fortune called This Summer Will Be Different, one called The Summer of Broken Rules, Happy Place, Beach Rivals, The Infinity Between Us, Hook, Line and Sinker, one of them that I want. So yeah, those are the ones that are currently like on my list to get. And then I also have ones that are actually on my birthday list. So the ones that I have on my birthday list, because my birthday is at the end of July. Birthday is the 30th of July, so I'll turn 21, which is crazy. But yeah, these are the ones that I have on my list. So if he had been with me, because I know that it's really popular. The second one's just come out, and I heard that it's a really good book. I know it's emotional, but I think I'll be prepared. Or probably not, I'll probably end up crying anyway, but I heard that it's a good book. And then Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher, because I love the Dream on Billionaire series, and I know that she's written that and Love Unwritten, which are the new ones that she's brought out, so I want them. Also want Redeeming Six by Chloe Walsh, because I obviously am continuing the Boys of Tommen series because I love it. So that's the next one in the series that I need to read. And then King of Sloth by Anna Huang, because I've read King of Greed, and I thought I might as well continue the series. So the next one is King of Sloth. And then Wild Love by Elsie Silver, because I love Elsie Silver's book, and that's the next one she's brought out, because I loved Chestnut Spring series, such a good series. And then I saw this one called Tempting Little Thief by Megan Brandy, because I read Say You Swear and I loved Say You Swear. Say You Swear was such a good book, so this is another one that she's brought out. And then I saw one that is about vampires, and I love the Vampire Diaries, so I thought, you know what, I might actually like this series. So it's called Filthy Rich Vampires, and I saw that in the works, so that's also on my list. And then last on my list is by Lauren Roberts, which is Powerless, and I think it's Reckless is the new one. So yeah, so those are all currently on my birthday list that I want, either that I'll get or that I will buy, because like I've seen them everywhere and I want them so bad. So I'm hoping to get them, because then I know for a fact that I'll definitely be out of my reading slump, and I will definitely be so excited to read those books. But that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you've read any of these books, or if any of these are on your TBR for the summer. Let me know your thoughts and if you're going to read any of them, and everything is going to be in my description below, so follow me on anything. I'm nearly 1,000 followers on TikTok, which is so shocking, so thank you to anyone that follows me on there. I can't believe it. I love my book talk besties. Like I love having people I can chat to about books, so thank you for following me on there. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.